thank you for having me. It snowed a couple weeks ago, and I'm glad I could get back here so soon after, so I appreciate your time, and I'll try to be brief. Because I know most of you do know about Rebuilding Together, which was originally in Bergen County. I think I spoke here a number of years ago, probably prior to the Hurricane Sandy happening. And then, and we were serving Bergen County. We've been here for 19 years now, so, you know, before Hurricane Sandy, it had been about 15 years. The hurricane hit, and we became we really ramped up, and Rotary helped us. I don't know if you remember, but the district actually gave Rebuilding Together Bergen County a very significant grant, and some of you, Kathleen for one, I think, was down at the Little Ferry Hook and Ladder, which was the first large building we did that had flooded. And that was to kind of get our, no pun intended, our feet wet in working on something that really had been damaged by flooding, and to let the community know that we were there, and that helped us get an entree into working with Bergen VOAD and helping people whose homes had been flooded. Over the course of 3 years, we also got very significant grants from the American Red Cross and from the Hurricane Sandy New Jersey Relief Fund that allowed us to complete 81 homes in Little Ferry and Renaki primarily, 7 or 8 community buildings, including the Hook and Ladder and the Hose Company, the EMS building, and some other places down in Renaki, and some other towns that were also affected, but primarily those 2 areas. And 175 mobile homes, which we insulated with the help of AmeriCorps and CCC, youngsters who are 18 to 24 and could get under those mobile homes, rip out the flooded insulation, and redo that. And so as we've grown, and over the 3 years that those grants really afforded us money to do all that work, when that ended, we kind of thought we want to continue this larger growth, and we came up with a strategic plan and revitalized that and decided we would expand and enlarge our footprint, our service area, into at least Passaic County, and we actually have included Morris and Sussex, so that down the road, if we want to serve those areas, or if a large corporation comes with some funding and wants us to help with something, gives us money for that, we could work there. But we have primarily now begun working not only in Bergen, but also Passaic County. So we changed our name last July to Rebuilding Together North Jersey. But our mission is still the same. It's to help low-income homeowners to remain safe and healthy in their homes, to repair the things that need repair, to upgrade electrical or plumbing that would be unsafe, to help them be more energy efficient so that they can afford other things that they need, and to just revitalize homes and neighborhoods, do some community revitalization by also working on community buildings or playgrounds or gardens, things like that. In the past year, we have also worked with the Red Cross to really start up a fire safety program. The Red Cross provides 10-year lithium battery smoke alarms, and they want their volunteers to get them out into homes and get them installed. So we have partnered with them to do that. This is primarily a program that's for seniors, because we have another grant that allows us to also purchase 10-year lithium battery carbon monoxide detectors. So between the Red Cross and that other grant, we're able to help seniors. The grant for the carbons is just for seniors and low-income folks. We can put these both into homes. It also, the grants and the Red Cross also want us to do an education piece. So we go out with our volunteers who are trained to do the installs. I don't know if any of you came to our first, it was an October Fire Safety Day a couple years ago, a year and a half ago. Down in Little Ferry in that area, we did about 30 homes, and then this past fall, around Fire Safety Day, we did some homes in Patterson on a couple of blocks. We take these, the alarms are installed by volunteers. They're not hardwired. We go in, we test the alarms that are in there. Let me tell you that when we had done about 100 homes, or put in about 100 smoke detectors, 100 homes, more than half of them had either no working smoke detector or only one in the whole house. So this program is really needed. The Red Cross is very ambitious in trying to get those out, and we're very grateful for their partnership in providing them. Kind of it's been consistent that way. That was after about 6 months that we had done that many. It's consistently remained that we find out that most of the homes don't have a lot of working smoke alarms. Because if they're hardwired, the battery may not be working and they don't know it and they don't worry, because as long as the electrical is working, they're fine. But batteries die. Batteries apparently can be taken by teenagers who use that same 9-volt battery for a game, and the parents in the house don't know it. Or they're just battery operated ones and they chirp. Let me tell you, when I go out and talk to seniors about this program, they're always a little iffy about accepting charity or looking at anything for free. They've been warned that free home repair is a scam, so we've always got to get them warmed up to us and hopefully have them introduced to us by someone they know and trust. But as soon as they hear that this battery lasts 10 years and it never has to be changed, and it won't chirp, that's my favorite thing to say, you won't hear that annoying chirping, oh, then they're all in. Because that's the worst part about smoke alarms, and not knowing if you're safe and then hearing that noise, and it's unsafe for any of us really to get up on a chair or get out a ladder and try and do that ourselves. So this way we install them, we make sure that they're working, we show them how to test them and where the hush button is if your cooking sets it off. And then we give them some fire safety information. We come out with a packet of materials, and the Red Cross they provide a little diagram. We talk to them about making an escape plan for their house. I tell them that if they have children or grandchildren coming over, particularly if they're staying the night, that make this a game, but make it so it's not scary, but you do need to plan. How do you get out of the bedroom that you're sleeping in? How do you get out of the house? Where are we going to meet? So we teach them those kinds of things. I can also go to senior groups and other places where seniors might gather and share this information to groups, because that's part of our responsibility with the grant from the Taub Foundation to educate seniors about fire safety and about fire prevention, how fast you need to get out, how to keep the area clear and make sure you have your things ready to go out, how not to call your daughter or son in Clifton first, but to call 911. So we do those kinds of things, and then we've gotten some pamphlets and other fire safety information. How long do you think you have to get out safely if your smoke alarm is going off?
2 minutes and a half.
Exactly. Very good, all of you. I heard 2 minutes, I heard a minute and a half. That's it, 2 minutes really. But I've talked to seniors, some of whom it was actually a group with visual impairments, so they're going to have a little extra difficulty getting out. Many of them had walkers and things as well. And when I asked that same question, they said 10 or 15 minutes. Those were the answers. So that's, we think we don't need to be educated, but in some cases we do need to be reminded. So that's our latest new program. But again, as I said, we're still doing our core home repair service and community revitalization. We will be working in April on 9 homes, or 8 homes in a community building. We'll be at 2 homes in Patterson and 7 in Bergen County. One is a community building it's a senior residence in Teaneck, and then residential homes in Elmwood Park and Emerson, Hackensack, and Ridgewood. I believe there's a couple in some of those towns. So we have our work cut out for us. You are welcome to speak to me or give us a call if you want to help. Either as a hands-on volunteer. Our project day is April 29th. It's always the last Saturday in April. That's National Rebuilding Day. We do some prep work prior to that. We'll do it avoiding Easter weekend. We'll be working on some homes on April 8th and or April 22nd. Sometimes Rotaries have helped us with lunches, either by providing a donation to provide food for the volunteers or actually coming out. I think the Hackensack Rotary, we've had a couple of Hackensack projects close by, and one year they came out and actually grilled burgers and hot dogs for us, and then both teams of volunteers could come in, and it was great fun and good exposure for the Rotary, and a lot of, everybody appreciated that. And it was a nice kind of neighborhood event. So again, that's what Rebuilding Together North Jersey does. We are, because we're trying to grow and revitalize, we are now taking applications year-round. Our work is still primarily in the spring and on usually a fall project, often fire safety or community safety related. When we did the fire safety program this last fall, we also did another day of crime prevention where we were installing solar-powered motion sensor lights on the exterior, front and back of homes, and reflective house numbers, because sometimes that can be a real safety issue if you need emergency services to come and the first responders can't see or you don't have your house number large and lit up on your home. So we were happy to do that. So there is a lot going on. There will continue to be, but because we want applications year-round and we want to find the best and the most, the places where we can do the most good with our volunteers and with our limited funding, we welcome suggestions. We welcome you to recruit people that you know, or to let us know about someone who might need our services, or to refer them to us. I have some flyers that I can leave for you. And I would like, anyone who wants us to speak, I'm gonna just start each group of flyers at a different table and eventually, hopefully they'll all get around. But if you know people that need our services, if you know a group that should hear about it, we'd be happy to hear about that. Our number and email addresses are on most of those flyers. I've been working with Rebuilding Together for 8 years. I started in AmeriCorps doing a 11-month term of service, and then I worked part-time for 7 more years, and I just retired at the end of January. So I'm still volunteering, and I will be volunteering on April. And again, I know Rotary has come out as a group, as individuals, in a lot of different ways, and we are always very grateful for that. If you would like to do that in any way, shape, or form, I know you're busy. I hear all the things going on, so but do let us know. And does anyone have any questions about the work we do, or where we'll be doing it, or what's going on?